to the Elsewhere Podcast with Kat.
You. I'm always on time. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, no. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I had my mic off. Go figure. But you heard me.
I didn't hear. All right. So what did you just say? It kind of went robotic on me.
Oh, I said that I had my mic off. They couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
you were talking to yourself for a second.
Oh snap! I didn't even know it.
I told you it went wonky like 10 minutes ago. I had everything lined up and then went out the window. But no, how's it going, man? It's been a minute. You haven't been here in a while. I mean, we keep in touch, but on the, you haven't been on the channel.
I know it's been. I've been so busy. Away from YouTube, of course, just with business, with Brett and the baby boy. It's just been super good. I haven't had enough time attraction to do the things that I normally do on YouTube. Well, I think you was on my live the other day when I was saying it. Like, man, I didn't have the energy to do a reaction video like I
Hmm.
normally would. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm thinking about the reaction. Like, oh my god, like, what do I react to? Who do I react to? What have I missed? It just feels a little overwhelming to just hop back in. So, yeah.
No, I get that. I went on a long hiatus and it was hard because the first time I went live was on my birthday last week, and I had to just do it because I don't know, I couldn't get myself to set it up. I've had opportunities. I've had people be like, "Hey, next time you want me on, let me know and I'll jump on with you." And I'm just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I just got in the routine of, working and doing the house thing and doing the kid thing, and then it was just like, man, I'm beat. I'm just beat.
Me too. Can I ask you a question? Is Ben T, is that a beatbox?
Ben T he's the one who runs the Bush Beatbox battle in
I
Virginia.
want a battle. Tell him I want a battle. I was trying to cheat the cats. I want a battle. Right now. Set it up. Ben, what's happening, boy? All right, I sit back down.
We got
I
a
sit
lot of
back
people
down
up in
now.
here now. We got Ben, we got Nikki Six,
Hey,
Jorge, Country Girl, TD, Melanie. Let me scroll up. Apparently, I have to do that.
Jorge. I see Jorge in the building. TD. I see Country Girl. Nikki. Ben T, of
Champagne
course, I got a
Rain,
battle. Champagne in the building.
Annette.
Champagne Rain. I've been calling this Champagne Ryan this whole time.
Champagne Rain, it's a girl.
I'm dyslexic.
There's Tracy. Welcome in, guys. Appreciate y'all being here. By the way, fun fact, today I got approved as a YouTube partner. Yay me.
You in the game? You better run the bag up. Don't get them cats. Cats, I can't sit down. I got to stand up. I got my ADHD. Got the best.
No, walk
I'm
around
only
them.
good to sit down for 5 minutes.
What's up,
You know
Jared?
I'm only good 5.
No, it's all good. Do what you need to do, man. It's just casual. It's not like an official, where were you last Thursday?
You know this is the non-weed smoker headquarters. You and I both know this. Don't nobody smoke weed in here, but me and TD Freelancer is the only weed heads in here.
No, there's a lot of people that do. It's just not me. It's just not my thing. I
No,
tried.
your chat.
Okay, a lot of people in my chat.
Your chat. I had to get really high before I came in here because I said you forgot you're going to the no smoker room.
Smoke all you want. There's Jorge blowing smoke. See? It's not just you.
Melanie said, oh, I forgot about Jorge. That's right. My bad, Jorge.
And look, Melanie
Melanie
says
says
she's smoking
I'm
a bowl.
smoking a bowl. Yeah.
It's just me. I know a lot of people that
Oh,
do.
country girl. You know what, Cash? You might be the only one in here that don't burn. Truth not in here, so yeah, you're right. Benty said, "I'm your neighbor. I'm your friendly neighborhood drunk."
Freaking love Ben. Ben, sorry I didn't get to make it to the beatbox competition. There was just too much going on and I couldn't swing it. But next thing that's happening, by the way, I'm coming to Atlanta in September. I'm going to Atlanta in September. I'm going to ZZ Ward's concert. Whoa, Kristen. Hey, my first super chat ever. Look at that. Milestone. It's a milestone, y'all. Annette just smoked. See? You got lots of people. But no, I'm coming to Atlanta in September.
No. Oh, no, that'd be dope.
Because I'm going to the ZZ Ward concert. I'm going to meet her. And I've got a meet and greet with her. And then I'm going to meet up with Truth. And I was hoping to swing by and see you. And I might pop in and see Mr. L. Boyd and all the people I know in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll be dope. You going to smoke some weed, okay? Everybody come over here. That's the way I know you ain't the police. You got to hit the blunt one time. And it's just part of the rules. You hit that one time and then you good, okay?
Can I get like some swag or something, so I don't like get knocked like into next Sunday?
Some shrooms?
No, some swag, like some ditch weed, like some lame. Yeah.
I got that too. On accident. I got that on accident. I wanted to kill him.
Save that for me.
It's right in there. I got you. You won't even.
And there's Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Chat, Ben T in the bit. I'm reading your shit like it's mine. You're supposed to be interviewing me. Go ahead, shoot, Cap. You know my ADHD get the best of me. Let's go.
Oh, you want me to get official now? So I sound like all professional? Because I'm not really good at that. I appreciate you guys. I mean, I turned it on because.
Can I keep it 1,000?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. You turned it on because of what? Go ahead.
No, I turned it on because YouTube was like, "Hey, you can do this now." And I'm like, "What?" Okay, so I tried, and it said it could take a month, and then the same day, it's like here, and I was like, "Oops!" Click, click, because I was working today, I didn't have time, so I turned it all on, which I usually wouldn't have that on, but it's fun, it's pretty. So I know you've been super busy. We've talked about this before. Do you prefer being like doing TV and production and behind the camera type stuff? I mean, because you do reactions, so you're used to that. You do music videos, so you're used to being on camera. Do you prefer like the TV side of it?
I thought I would, to a point, right?
Right.
Just being real. So it's different sides to TV, and I'm figuring this out now because I'm getting there. So you can be either a main character where your storyline gets out, or you can be a part of someone else's storyline, which is cool. However, when you do that, depending on how long you film, when you film, what you had going on previously, that may throw you off of what you previously had going on because it's all about momentum on what you do. It's all about workflow. We creatures of habit. I was in the habit of dropping like 2 to 3, 5 videos a day. Then I got in the habit of not dropping videos. You know what I mean? Now it's hard to switch that habit again to drop videos. So I go live and I have big intentions on, hey, I'm going to go do this video. I'm going to do this. And I sit down and do it. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have the energy. Why? Because on TV, somebody else edit, somebody else mic me up. Somebody else do the lighting. They also tell me what we're going to be doing today. So I've been spoiled. Now that's one of the pluses of not having to edit, and those things and lighting and all that. But however, I don't control my own destiny on there. So say for instance, I don't know how it's gonna come out once it's edited.
Right.
So I can do the content or whatever, but I cannot control once the final say what happens. So while I'm watching the show just like everybody else, technically I haven't seen one episode all the way through. I haven't had time. But when I see it, I have no idea what's going to happen because that's not really truly how everything happened. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Well, no, because I mean, they want to follow some kind of a storyline or a narrative. They portray characters a specific way. And for all you know, you could be watching and you could suddenly be portrayed as a villain, and you didn't know that was coming. Not saying
Exactly.
you are. I'm just saying,
Exactly.
I've heard that that's happened to people that were on shows where they didn't know that there was this negative vibe around them, but then the show specifically portrayed them that way. I'm not saying they're going to do that to you. I'm just saying you just never know.
Well, it was kind of sort of headed that way. But me, I think about thinking when thinking of thinking. So it's a situation that happened with me, Brad, my friends, and everybody. That one of the reasons Brad went to prison in 2006 or seven, when the incident happened in 2006 or seven. So the night that that incident happened, I was one of the first people that the police grabbed. So one of the reasons I was the first people that the police grabbed because I was running. And when I was running, I was fast as hell back then. So I was running so fast because I didn't know why we was running that the police grabbed me first, of course. And in the storyline, at one point, I think they wanted to make it seem as if I was the reason that Brett went to prison. And the reason I know this is because I just heard a couple whispers and the questioning. So, because of what you're saying, my running joke with the whole cast and staff was, "Hey, you guys not making me the villain, are you? You know I'm not the reason that happened." I wanted to make sure that that narrative wasn't pushed on me. So I think it's imperative for the person that's actually on TV, that's on set, to talk to the producers in whatever way you feel comfortable to let them know what narrative you feel comfortable with them painting on you or not.
Right.
So yeah, but not being able to control your own narrative is one of the things that give me pause about doing shows moving forward.
Right.
Unless I have a little bit more say so on what I'll be able to do.
Or would you consider something like what if it spins off into a role on a, let's say, non-reality TV? Would that be something you'd be interested in? Like a role like a even as a cameo on a show,
Um,
not necessarily reality, more scripted or written, shall I say?
well, yeah. So that's a little bit different. I mean, because that's more
Right.
like a guest appearance on something. But also another thing to tie in is branding. Like, does this whatever you're doing, does this fit the brand that you want, that or what you built? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
does it fit? Because you got to think like, does it make sense for your brand? So, say for instance, if I have a Comedy Central over here, it's no sense of me doing Gatorade commercials. You know what I'm saying? I probably need to do something that's kind of like, that probably wasn't the best analogy, but something that goes along with the brand that I want to do. You know what I mean?
Like
So like
equipment,
it depends on what it is.
like equipment.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
That would make sense because you're
Hmm.
an
Hmm.
artist, you know, and anybody that
Hmm.
is in here, everybody that's in here knows that. Um, and if they don't know that, I don't know where you've been. Just FYI. Anybody who's ever watched your
Yes.
channel has heard one of your songs. It was your intro forever.
Hmm.
So you go live, so you
I
don't
know, right?
necessarily have that intro. I have my new intro. That's what I was playing at the very beginning. My custom intro. I'm so proud of that thing. I shout it out every time because I've only used it twice. So the
Oh wow.
I had
You
a
only used it twice?
well, yeah. I just came back and I got it while I was on hiatus. The band As the Structure Fails. They're a metal band in from Canada. Good friends of mine. They went in the studio. They made up a complete like drums, riff, the whole thing. Went in the studio, recorded it for me within the length I wanted it. Put some. It sounds like a radio commercial. It's really cool, and it's like a quick
Oh wow. That's
11
dope.
second thing. They did that completely just out of the kindness of their heart, and they did it custom for me, which I thought was the coolest part.
Are you rapping on it?
No, no, it sounds like when you. It
Yeah.
sounds like when a radio station comes back and it's like you're listening to the Elsewhere podcast with Cat.
Oh shit. Okay.
Hmm. So it's like metal. It's
Okay. You better
loud.
go ahead. Oh shit. It's one of those. Sure. Yeah. Tune five.
Yeah, it's
Oh
guitars and
wow.
drums. I mean, they're a metal band, but for them to do that, I thought it was pretty cool. I don't do music. Like I listen to it, I judge it, I critique it, I have opinions on it, I support it, but I don't do it myself.
Yeah. Now that's something that we can change. We gotta. I don't know. Let me not say that. I'm just gonna leave that there. I see this right here. If you don't mind me just saying thank you. Champagne Ron said Keto Music and shirt was the first merch I ever bought. Online merch I ever bought. Thank you. Champagne Ryan is your
Rain.
name. Champagne Ryan. Yes, don't forget to like the show. And yes, that's the Keto's Instagram. And then Jared also shared the Discord right there. Jared, I'm gonna be real. I don't remember the last time I logged into Discord. Just for that, I'm logging into Discord today. I'm logging into Discord today just to dust the smoke off of it and see if it works. It may be just like me and one other person in Discord.
I left your Discord, I'm pretty sure. I left like
I have to.
15 or 20 Discords. I was on like 70. And when that whole thing, there was a whole incident. Anybody that knows me knows what the incident was, where there was people were getting their accounts deleted because people were being just children throwing tantrums. Um, any Discord that wasn't like I wasn't an admin on or a mod on, I left. So that way, just in case I didn't get anybody else that was in there affiliated with me to have like a negative impact, right? So I didn't want like someone to target me and then turn around and take someone else out. So that's why I left a whole bunch of them. And yours was one of them.
So I catch a straight. Ain't that some shit? I catch a straight. I'm minding my business
But you're still in
over there.
mine. Oh,
No,
Jorge says
listen.
he's like, I left it in total. So he completely left Discord. Well, here's my, okay. So I know you were doing reactions and you were doing lives and then you started with the show and you've been working on that. I know that you've got your own personal business that you handle. I know that you have proper, you do your thing, right? So all that stuff. And now you're finally done with the show. The show's like not filming anymore, right?
No.
Okay. And you've got your clips that you do with your friends because those are amazing as well. And they're hilarious. By the way, I know that one live we were brainstorming for ideas. Where do you get your ideas? Do you guys just sit around and go, oh my God, that would be funny? Or does it just occur to you? Or do you have to like write it out ahead of time? Or do you like ad lib the whole thing?
The weed let you know. Cats is all in the weed. The power of the green lettuce, the devil's lettuce, as well. Whoever said that. But no, it's just real life events. You might have a conversation with somebody like me and you talking, and you be like, oh man, that'll be a dope skit. I mean, something simple as that, and then you just try to, bring it to life, and you try to do realistic things that that's relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go science fiction bullshit, but for the most part, it be relatable things. Like for example, one of my favorite skits is one that may not get a lot of views, but it's when one and me and the guy Nico when we did like it's very short, and we was like when two cups get mixed up and confused,
I
and
saw
you
that.
actually don't want to drink it. Yes, that's like one of my favorite ones because it's so realistic to me. Like that happens so much to me where I'm like, damn, who cup is that? And if I'm confused, I'm not drinking, period, because I don't drink after anyone. So I would get rid of a brand new cup of whatever
Mm-hmm.
because I have to. I don't know whose it is.
No, I don't blame you. I would too. Except for my kids, because like we have water bottles and they drink like this much. I chug them. I drink like 10 plus a day at least. And then any ones that they leave around, I'm like, oh, well, there's a half. They're like, Mom, I was drinking that. Well, shouldn't have put it down. And I just take it
I'll
and I
toss.
see me. I drink it because I don't care.
I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. Like since a kid, I'm scared. And hop in the chat. Let me know. Will you drink after someone? Yes or no? I gotta know, Cass. I gotta ask your community.
No, please
I'm
feel
one of
free.
those the rare people. I'm one of the rare people that's in my family and circle of friends that do not drink or eat after anyone. Like even my daughter, my son, mom, brother, it don't matter. If someone else mouth been on it, whether a burger, whatever, if you ate out of it, I just can't eat it. It's just something about me. I'm
What's up, Casey?
I don't know,
Welcome
I'm
in.
just
And
weird like
Tina.
that.
No, I agree with you. Well, here's the thing. My kids are different. It's completely different. And it's specific things. Water bottles, that's because it's clear and you can see, right? So if it's anything else, I'm not. And if it's anybody else, no. I don't want your lips. And actually, I'm not going to lie to you, once I realized that my daughter was dating, by the way, happy 18th birthday to my daughter. Um, that stopped real fast.
Cat said, "Oh shit, somebody just pulled up." Oh hell no, son. Oh dude, but no, no. Even with water, to me, slob is clear. Like that little stream when you somebody it's so nasty. Eh. When somebody oh my god, if somebody oh my god, that is so nasty when somebody pull the bottle back and it's like a little slob stream. Oh, especially the babies. Like when my daughter was a baby, I wouldn't dare drink out there, man. It's slobbing everywhere. Like, oh my God. Like, and I never forget that. Even though she's 13 now, all I remember is that slob. And I'm like, nah, bro, we good.
Ugh.
I can't unsee the slob.
Okay, and especially because it's her birthday, I'm gonna tell a fun little story. You think that's bad? And I think I've told this story before. My happy birthday. She's 18 today, Elizabeth. When she was a baby, I called her my fecal artist. I don't care. She was a ninja with that. I would paint the walls herself, her toys, the crib with shit, like everywhere. And one day, for some apparent an unknown reason, she decides to stuff it up her nose, and so her nose is plugged. So we're holding her down, and her father's trying, at the time when I was married, her father was trying to like get it out, like with a Q-tip or something, and she goes, and I was like, oh shit. She sneezed right on his face.
Oh wow. Oh.
It all came
Oh.
out.
Oh.
But no, I know what
Oh.
you're saying, because that's something you can't unsee. Like once you see something like that, and those stringy things that were, people are spitty. Like I can't. Ugh. But my child, water, I will, because I don't know. I just do. Other than that, I won't. Not for anybody else. I won't drink out of their cup.
And I'm gonna tell you, my brother Shaka. I know Shaka's not watching this, so it's safe to say it. He won't be mad at me. I had the most low down, disgusting brother of all time. When he get mad at you after an argument or something, you think everything's straight, and he'll say this to you around noon. He always do it around noon. Hey, after an argument, he say, "Did you taste anything different about your toothbrush this morning?" And then he leave, and you like, bruh, what did he do with my toothbrush? Just, you already brushed your teeth now. So it's like, bruh, he say he might have brushed his booty hairs with it. He might have done cleaned the toilet with it, but you just brush. Oh my god.
Or he might have done
So
nothing, and it's just messing with your
he
head.
is, yeah, he might not have, but now since he said it, he did something in your mind. You can't unhear that. He asks you now, whatever, whatever tastes in your mouth belongs to that. Yeah, my brother was low down. Shouts out Shaka, but yeah, he would definitely brush his booty hair with your toothbrush when he was pissed off at you.
God, ew.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, for real. This we was kids. I mean, this was obviously not grown men, but yeah, we was kids. I can't unhear that, man. So hey, did you notice anything different about your toothbrush this morning? Oh, that's the most sensitive thing to touch of someone
Because you think about it all day. I wonder, okay, well, if you're
all
willing to
day.
do that, what else did you do that you decided you're going to mention later? Like, what other booby traps are set, ready to spring?
You can't come in and catch. He might just be brushing his balls with your toothbrush. I don't know. He just was he just was different when it come to retaliation, man. He didn't play fair. Like I just had words. He did actions. So yeah, yeah. But he grew out of it eventually. I don't know how he threatened the kids. Yeah, but
Go back to the original question. By the way, I love that skit about not drinking after someone else. I totally related to it, though, because I put my stuff down and going, I'm like, oh, no, that's yours. And you look at it, you're like, no. Like, like, especially alcohol when you're in like a public place. No, because you just don't know. One of my
yeah.
favorites is the stealing the best friend. I thought that one was great. And the bill collector.
Oh yeah.
That
Yes.
one was one of your first ones, I think, and that one was great.
Yeah, that is one of the first. That is one of the first ones. Did you know? Here go a did you know question. one of the first things I uploaded to YouTube was a skit before I started doing reaction videos.
Mm-mm. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I started off doing. I only did one, and I did a noodle. It was just a noodle skit. I did it with my director and Jack Spade will be coming over. Jack, who just moved upstairs on the 19th floor, but might I add, I just totally gave you his floor. So if you find my building, you don't know my floor, but you know Jack live on the 19th. But check this
Well,
out.
at least we can rule out everything above the 19th and above because now since we know he lives
I
above
know
you
that's
somewhere.
pretty messed up, huh? Damn, damn, that is true. Wow, that just fucked up. We got some sing songs. Hey, I can tell y'all this now.
Hmm.
Oh man, the last place I moved from, bruh, it was so much easy access to me. Y'all could have just rolled up on me like, bam. Anybody that was beefing with. You remember when I was canceled by Tom McDonald fans briefly? They let me back in. But when I was briefly canceled by Tom McDonald fans, somebody said, I'm gonna pull up on you and beat your ass. And I was like, bitch, you can't find me. And then now I was thinking, every time I heard in the parking lot, I was like, damn, I wonder is that motherfucker outside. So now I'm not worried. He can't come see me no more. But the last place was totally unsecure.
By the way, I'm going to address that real quick. I'm going to address that because I think that that behavior is bullshit. I think that that behavior is not representative of what the community is supposed to be like, or at least most of us that I'm aware of, and the people that are very active, participate, moderate, and are involved in some level. And you guys in the chat, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know the level I'm talking about. That behavior is unacceptable. You can listen to or react to anything you want to or don't want to. And just because someone tells you to doesn't mean you have to do anything. And someone can say, you need to react to BTS right now. And you're going to go, oh my God, I got to go run and do it this second because you told me. Like, who the hell are you? No one gets that power over you and your channel and your brain and what you want to hear. And if there's something and you've decided this is not the vibe I want, just like you're like, I'm not doing reactions right now because I don't have the energy and that's not what I want at this exact moment. When I'm ready for it, I'll do it. Right? Not one person is allowed to come in here and say, well, you better do reactions or else. What the hell are they going to do? I mean, and to behave that way and to represent a community in that way and be threatening and nasty is bullshit. Sorry. And I'm saying that
Yeah,
as a Hangover Gang member and like a very, very involved in it. That's bullshit.
yeah, it is what it is, and I appreciate that. The thing that I have to remind myself, and we all have to remind ourselves of, this is the internet, right?
Hmm.
And if you speak to 10 people, it's probably gonna be um, seven about the same thing. It's gonna be seven different, at least seven different outlooks,
Right.
or whatever. You know what I mean? So it wasn't the masses, obviously, but it's one of those things that you can have 100 good comments and the four bad comments stick out like a sore thumb. So
Hmm.
it's really more of one of those things. It wasn't everybody. Most people was very understanding, but you know how it is. The
Yep.
negative attention unfortunately gets more attention because it's it's more. I don't know. It's just, and that's something as a content creator that I had to learn, like, bro, who are you? Nobody is above reproach. Especially when you come on live or do a reaction video, you just agreed to be a public figure, right? So
Hmm.
a lot of my community kind of brought me back to earth. Like, hey man, stop being a little bitch. You decided to be a public figure, so if we critique you, bitch, take it. I know it's pretty vulgar, but that's how I took it, and they actually absolutely right. Like, unless you're trying to run a cult, you know what I mean? And we're not looking for cults, but it's just one of those things to where when somebody says something violent in those comment sections, and you a content creator, you know this, it stick out like a sore thumb. Whether we want to admit it or not, you just want to approach it like, who that motherfucker talking to? I know that bitch ain't talking to me, cuz I want to address everything. Like, so when I first started YouTubing, I gave a couple people the address, man. Like, for real, I'll hit a couple people in the DM like, bitch, this is the address. I swear, I ain't gonna give you my apartment number, but let me know when you in the parking deck. I'll meet you right there. I wanted all the smoke. I could have got shot, anything, but I'm from the streets first, so I had to realize, like, hold on, this ain't that. But yeah, I wanted all the smoke. I gotta say this, Jetty Master Nico says, We all know Kito live on the fifth floor. If you know, you know. How did you know that I did live on the fifth floor where I came last time? How in the hell? Who is Nico? What happened, Cass? Who is this? And how do they know that I previously was on the fifth floor? Who is this? Who is this?
Nico is actually, he's around a lot of the communities.
Nico, FBI. Notice I'm not even in the camera frame no more as I ask who Nico is. I'm scared. I think Nico the police. Nico ain't smoking no weed. Nico know what floor I was on. Who is Nico?
He's a Jedi Master. That's how he knows.
Shit.
That's what his name says. He's a
Nico, right? Oh Lord. No, Lord, no, I don't sell weed no more. So I'm just saying, man, what can Nico? Nico, all right, man, since you clearly work for the Federales, Cat had me on the podcast, right? I used to sell weed back in the days. I stopped because it went holy. All I'm saying is, don't lock a ninja up. Man, I was just trying to feed my family, man. I don't even sell it no more. I stopped selling weed at noon today. So that was my last time. The last play I made is at noon today. They got it. We out. There should be statute limitations on that, bro.
like an hour, you mean?
Lord. What time is it? No, that was 6 hours ago, 34 minutes.
No, but that's the thing though, is I never, and this is something I do actually, I purposefully don't ever try to figure that type of stuff out about people. Because number one, I have no reason to, because people that are my friends, I have their phone numbers, and if I need their address, they're going to give it to me, right? You know, or they're going to send me something with their actual address on it because they trust me. If it's not that person on that level, I don't need it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need that information about anybody. And I know some people get creepy weird, and sometimes it's like it's a comment that somebody drops, and suddenly you put 2 + 2 and you figure it out on your own. But there are people that will go down these rabbit holes and try to find people just because they're fans. And like, you know, you see them camping outside your door. Oh, I haven't, but you know, they're sitting out there like guarding the scooters and stuff.
Well, they can't find me now. I don't give them what they do online. I promise you, I got my crib in a burner account. My crib is in a burner account, so you cannot locate me. If you look for, you got to look for my burner account. Like, this is like, just like y'all fake profiles, my crib is in literally one of those. My Chocolate Thunder 2005. That's the name that's on the lease. So if you come over here, look for CT 2005. That's me right there. You can get in. For real. No, can't find me now. Straight burner account, baby.
No, but like the people were saying earlier, that view is fantastic.
Oh, appreciate you. Thank you.
I mean, it's really,
I never really look outside. I really don't. I be thinking about rent, you know, shit.
Now see, I have a window literally right here. And when I work, I'm looking right at the window, like at the monitor right below it. I never look out the window, and I don't even have the blinds open because it's hot. And I don't want to pay the extra electric bill for having a hotter house for having my blinds open. So I just don't bother.
Somebody else said that. Somebody else said, man, your bill, I never paid attention. That's why my bill's behind the motherfucker. I had these open every day, all day for like, well, I've just moved here to the last place, Florida Ceiling Windows, for 5 years. I never closed the windows. I never really closed them, ever.
Well, I mean, I have blinds on mine, and I have really double pane windows and stuff. You know, we're talking window treatments, but, you know, it just depends. If you have, it's energy, and you have warm sun on the side of your home, and you're trying to cool it off with air conditioning, it's just like having your stove on. You have your stove on, it warms up that area, which makes eventually your electric bill go a little bit higher because you're trying to cool it off. Thank you, TD. Exactly. Enough with the heat already, Texas. Like, I know it's June, but stop. Like, give it a break. Like, have not like 3 minutes of rain and then heat again so that we're just like melting in the humidity. You know, where our hair all goes crazy and puffs up and you just walk outside and start pouring. Not that, like actual cooler weather and a storm. One thing I was going to ask you is, you've got a song coming up soon that you were talking about on one of your interviews. And it's going to be released somewhat soon, I would hope, this summer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
With a music video. Hopefully. Right?
Yep. That is true. So yeah, feeling like a millionaire. A lot of y'all already heard "Feeling Like a Millionaire" featuring Truth No Lie. That's the light skinned Jamaican. Truth No Lie. He's featuring him, and yeah, feeling like a millionaire. We finna go ahead and drop that ASAP. Actually, only reason we not dropping it like right now is because rent due. So we all got. No, I'm joking. But the reason we not dropping it now is because we literally have to shoot the video. Truth birthday coming up, and he's one of the rare men that care about his birthday, which is
Seven
great.
seven,
But we're
yeah.
not gonna discuss that.
He takes
Yeah, we're
himself
not
on
gonna discuss.
vacation.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, yeah. Me and him talked about it. We'll talk about that at another time. But yeah, he actually cares about his birthday, so we'll shoot after his birthday. Yeah. So
No, I cared about mine because it was a big one. If it had been just like any other birthday, I'm like, yay, it's my birthday, woohoo! But I like walk away, you know. But this was a big one, so plus it was coming
oh
off
yeah.
hiatus. But he takes himself
Oh,
to the
so
whole ass Caribbean and stuff, Cancun or whatever. I'm like, I like go to Burger King.
I know, right? No, but truth, yeah, he does it big on his birthday. Me, I just it's another day. My birthday is another day. I thank God for making it to another day. And I'm always in work mode. I'm always in go mode. So it's not enough hours in the day for me already, let alone for me to take off a day for my birthday. I was already born on that day. So my birthdays always was an inconvenience. I mean, because people always want to buy me shots and do this, and I hate drinking. Especially at that time, I drink socially here and there, but no, it was always as soon as I drink, I'm not getting any work done. So it was just a wasted day to me.
Right. Have you had a chance yet to get out on your scooter and start asking the masses?
About my birthday.
No random questions.
Oh yes, I started already. I've interviewed three random people, right? And I think I'm trash right now. I feel like I wasn't keto. I got him. I'm gonna release him, but I don't feel. I feel like I was kind of uptight. Like, hey, you guys, I wasn't keto like that, motherfucker. Like my back went in this shit. Can't you see how I said I walked out? You see that shit? Like you gotta have your back in this shit. My back went in. I was very insecure,
You
so
like
I'm going
literally
back
have to
out.
roll up on them.
You know what? I ain't think about it. I should roll up on them. I should. Yeah.
It might help if you have like a do you have like a mic to like hand them like here's the microphone. So it's like super obvious that you're rolling up on a scooter with a microphone chasing them down the street. That would be fun.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Well, I
Actually, I
mean,
may do
unless
that.
you're like in a bad neighborhood and then I wouldn't do that. Well, I wouldn't do that. You might do that, but I wouldn't do that.
Can't you
Ch-
see these people, man? Look at these people out there, girl. You see that? I'm about traffic.
No, I saw
Only
that when
thing
you
out
were
there is the
live the other day.
police.
You had
Only thing
traffic.
out there is the police and safety cars. Nah, but it's downtown Atlanta. It's a little sketch because one minute you have luxury high rises and downstairs you have a lot of homelessness. Kind of like LA a little bit. So that's the thing of the dynamic about Atlanta, downtown Atlanta.
Well, I mean, I've been to some. I've been like I went downtown Houston. I've been going to the venues to go to concerts and stuff. And to me, I'm not. I don't live that life. So it's. I'm coming. I've actually started going more rural, which is like not my vibe, but okay. Um, and so I go towards downtown, and like we're driving through, and you literally see gorgeous architecture, and you see amazing venues, and you see really cool restaurants and landmarks, and then like 6 feet over there, you see somebody, doing something shady. You see people passed out on the road or under the overpass. They're really good around here about not letting that happen, but it's just one of those things where it's not something I'm used to seeing.
Yeah,
Thankfully, I'm not sad about that. Like I don't want to see that all the time because it makes me sad, but you know, I it's something that shocks me every single time. I can't imagine like living there and then going outside and you have the people that are your neighbors and then you have the people that have no neighbors.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So let me ask you this: what area do you when you stay in now? Is it pretty diverse? Do you have people jogging and walking dogs, or is it gunshots going off?
Oh no, we had it's very diverse. I mean, for lack of a better way to put it, my 9-year-old is in the last school before I moved to my mom's house, like when I was in Sugar Land, Texas. She was the only white child in her class, period. And
Mm.
there's only like 2 or 3 in her class now. In her grade, there's a couple more, and she's in the gifted and talented, so she's like one of 2 or 3 total. So there's a lot of diversity. There's a lot of different ethnic groups. There's a lot of different people. However, it's really funny. If I look out my front door, if I'm on my porch, there's mansions. I'm talking about dude from ZZ Top. He lives in one of those, and then you have, I call it a manufactured home park here, and then you have an RV park there, and then you have my mom's neighborhood with like $500,000 homes with 5 bedrooms, beautiful. People are walking their dogs, walking around the lake. There's ducks that walk around. You have to avoid them with your car. So it's kind of all over the place right now. But I
Mm.
used to live in Kansas City, Kansas. I used to live like off 7th Street, 7th Front in KCK. I used to live in Grandview, Missouri. I used to live in Raytown. Not good places to walk around. So I grew up around a lot more of that. That's where my stomping grounds were when I was a runaway, when I was 14 to like 18. So I was in the streets.
But you diverse. You're good and diverse.
I try to be. I try to be. But what I
No,
want for my
and you
family
seem
is
like
not the same.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, no, that makes sense.
but, it is what it is. I wish that I could, like, right now, I have no neighbors. Like, my neighbors, I could probably hand toilet paper to them once they move in, once they put a place, but it's empty right now. It's just a lot.
Mm.
And there's like 40 lots. So I'm the last on the row. So I'm like by myself over here. And I still see people walking their dogs. I'm in a gated community though. It's a trailer park, but it's gated. So,
Mm. Got you.
they're friendly. I don't hear gunshots though, thank God.
No, no, you don't want to hear that. Yeah, no. I was gonna say a prayer for you. If you heard that, we all collectively was gonna pray for you tonight and send you some vests and some ballistics.
Now, the one thing is that when my daughter was at the other school, there was an active shooter outside of her school. And I was on the phone with Just Gen Reacts at the time, and I heard the gunshots go off because I was like, I was probably like 200 feet from the school, but there's a big bayou, so you have to like drive around the whole neighborhood. And I heard the shots, and I was like, I gotta go check it out. I don't know what's going on. I just had a feeling I had to go look. And there was police everywhere. I went to the front door, and they're like, "Get away, get away, get away! There's an active shooter!" And they like couldn't find him, and they ended up killing him. But at that time,
Mm.
I had posted. I was like, "You guys," I was in the middle of doing something. I'm like, "I gotta go," and I said something happened. Nova reached out and was like, "Are you okay? It's okay to not be okay. If you need us, we're here." I'm like, the coolest thing ever and the sweetest thing for someone to do that had no reason to do that. But that was the closest, I think, for me. But I'm just curious.
Oh wow.
What?
I was gonna say in Atlanta lately, it's been so many active shooting incidents downtown for whatever reason. As it's usually all over the news, but yeah, it's always an active shooter lately in Atlanta. And unfortunately, I have moved right to the heart of where the active shooters normally are because they're always by the high rises and things. But yeah, man. So that's the only thing about staying downtown is shit'll get shut down on you. You just see helicopters all around you, just
Mm.
flying. So it's a long way from Norcross and Marietta. Eventually, I came from Marietta. Well, I came from Arkansas, but I lived in Marietta the first 10 years. Marietta, Kennesaw area. Now, Kennesaw is very white, very white. So unfortunately, I got to just be honest with you. That means it's very safe, right? So there's no shootings really in Kennesaw. But yeah, I like to be where it's safe, man. And uh, here, if you want to be safer, you have to move to the suburbs, outskirts, because downtown Atlanta is not considered the safest. I don't give a damn where you stay.
Right.
It's not the safest downtown. Period.
Well, you think it's because it's hot that that's increasing? Because people get weird when it's hot.
Not really. I think is more the culture of hip hop. Atlanta is built on hip hop.
Right.
Now the music have shifted to drill music. So all
Mm.
the people who do drill music, all of their friends move here. So
Okay,
it's
I
not
gotcha.
necessarily the artists, it's all the entourages, right? So everybody in the entourage want to prove and show their worth, you know what I mean, and their loyalty. Their loyalty is not talent, it's running drills. So is they want to shoot you and do whatever to prove that, hey, I'm worthy to keep around. So yeah, unfortunately, since drill music is in, Atlanta is the one of the meccas of music. The murder rate has went up dramatically because of it.
That's too bad. I mean, sincerely,
Yeah.
that's really too bad.
Yep. Yeah, you got it. And it's not just Atlanta. I mean, it's an uptick everywhere if you kind of notice it.
Hmm.
It's not exclusive to Atlanta. I mean, Baltimore, Chicago, even back home in Arkansas, which is Little Rock, Pine Bluff, St. Louis, shit, Jackson, Mississippi. Uh, it's unfortunately drill music is changing everything. That's why I never do. You notice I try to stay away from those type of reactions. And I'm a rapper. I just it's just horrible energy. And unfortunately, when you come to visit Atlanta, it's just good for you to know these things. And anybody that's listening, when you visit Atlanta, this is not the Atlanta of old. When I first moved to Atlanta, Cat, I never saw a fight in a club for probably like the first 10, 15 years I was here. I never saw anybody even fight in a club, let alone shootings. There was no fights. It was like 21 girls to one male here. So the ratio female to male was so insane. Everybody here was just worst case, you just had some hoes. You had a lot of male whores and just the gay community. But that's about it. Now it's a lot deeper.
Yeah, it's crazy to see community change like that because, like, I saw that in Kansas City when I got there. It was like 1993. Yeah, I was a kid, but I like I said, I took off when I was like 13, 14. So I was out there. I was downtown. I was around everything that was going on, and to see it change over the last 20 years is just crazy. It's mind blowing. It's a whole different vibe going there now than it was when I was going to Westport and I was going, to clubs and stuff like that. It's a whole different vibe. You just can't trust it. And the places you couldn't trust then, are now like gone, like demolished, destroyed, And then they build these really expensive places. Like I said, like in Houston, you see this really nice stuff, and then you see people that are, walking back and forth trashing it, and people that are, doing their thing. And I understand that. Where are they going to do it at? Well, they're going to do it downtown. That's where the most traffic's going to be. So,
Exactly. Yep.
but it's sad to see a community change in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Like when people
Hmm.
they build like around here, they're building and building and building, and there's stores and there's homes, like nice apartments going up, so which is really awesome to see. You know, schools are expanding. Kids programs are expanding. The money's flowing into the school system. That's good, right? But then to see a community that goes negative because, especially for that type of a reason, breaks my heart. Because when are they going to get to the point where they are, they're our age and they look back and go, life is too short to, put all your eggs in that basket. But I guess if
Exactly.
that's all if that's all you think because at that, with those younger ages, you think that that's all there is. I just wish I could be like, I swear, there's more out there.
Yeah. Yeah. No facts. It's what's cool. Everybody do what they have to do because as long as acceptance is the ruler or key or something that somebody want acceptance is a scary thing because what some people would do or won't do to be accepted is scary. You know what I mean? Like you have a lot of the people now that does any of their crimes or things like this, you can get like when you're in the hood, speak quote unquote the hood, a lot of the rappers they can just get a 13, 14-year old to kill you, to shoot you now. I mean, kind of been like that, but because of course they're not going to be charged as an adult.
Right.
So yeah, and they will do anything. A lot of them will. at those ages to be accepted. Brain is far from being developed, so therefore they don't have the same logic. And a lot of the rappers or whoever, that's why you see so many, man. A lot of these rappers and stuff, we don't know about them. A lot of people our ages, they don't really know about them until they dead. After they dead, then we go research the rapper. Like, okay, who was he? How did his music sound?
I've done that.
So, hmm yeah, I don't hear about most of them until they die, unfortunately. And when I would be fake to say that their music is my type of music. Only one. It's a couple people that I look at the takeoff. Takeoff was an unfortunate situation. Um, I even like who was his XX Takashi. I can't say his name. Takashi whatever. I liked his music. Like for real. Like I like, but a lot of them I don't even like the music. It's just a sad thing. Like I can't say I was a fan of Young Dolph or any of those rappers. But even though I might not like the music, some of those guys did have good community stances, like a Young Dolph or whatever. So sometimes it's easy for the community to kind of put all the dead rappers in a pile, which I don't think is fair because some of them just so happen to be rappers that lost their lives and was very, very good people, like a Dolph.
No, I completely agree. I mean, because some of them they can be in a. And it's so funny because not funny. Just sounded like that was bad
I know
word
what
to
you
use.
mean. I know what you
But it's interesting because some of them, and this is just my take on it. Some of them could have been on a path to make some actual change and influence, especially over the youth and over some of the culture. If they had continued on a positive path, some of them, sure, they say this, sure, they say that. But when it comes down to it, the way they treat people, the way they treat their community, some of them were just good people, They actually did care and they were doing it for the right reasons. Do you know what I'm saying? Sure, they wanted
mean.
to be famous. Sure, they wanted to be a musician. Sure, they wanted to do all these things. But when it came down to like taking care of their parents or taking care of their community, down the road when they really could have made an impact, they're snuffed out. So now you have these idiots running around, you know. I hate when, it's any life being snuffed out is bad. But to me, it makes me sad that people that have a public influence that could have done something positive or were on the road to doing something positive seem to get targeted, and it's irritating.
Hmm. Yes, exactly. No, you're absolutely right, and you really can't win because you already have it bad. And me, I'm speaking from a young black male rapper, entertainer that's from the hood. You already have the odds stacked against you making it out of the hood. Then you make it out of the hood, and you want to come back and give to the community, but then you kind of going into the lines then. You know what I mean? Because you're the one item of success that they can look at, and somebody aiming to take it from you. So
Hmm.
somebody will rob and kill you and take your life just like that. Or somebody may fear that their girlfriend may like you, take your life just like that. So it's just, man, it's just to be honest with you. That's one of the reasons why I always moved to luxury places, and because I lived in the hood my entire life. You know what I mean? So I said and vowed to when I get to a point, I want to be the hardest person in my building when I move from Arkansas. I want to be the hardest person in my neighborhood. I want to be the most gangster person that I live around because, man, I went to sleep to gunshots like people hear raindrops. Like when gunshots go off close, we didn't duck or nothing. I went on the floor. I never thought about bullets coming through the house because when nobody stupid enough to shoot my dad's house. But I just it was nothing to me, like nothing for us. Gunshots was nothing.
Right.
Only thing we want to know is who was it and did they hit them? Did they get hit? Did I know the person? Because normally I know the shooter and I know the victim. Just imagine that being from a community like me. 9 times out of 10, I know the victim and I know the shooter. Yeah, man. So I'll give you another example. Some of y'all know this. All my best friends, most of my best friends from high school, just about all of them dead. At one point, I lost more close friends than my mom and dad, out of high school. So they can call more of their best friends than I could at the time, and that was a problem for me. That's when I knew I had to move. So got tired of doing eulogies, got tired of going to funerals, and that's another reason I'm so silly. I feel like I got another lease on life. They told me I wasn't gonna make it to my 18th birthday. Shit, I'm cooking, and it's like Man, hell yeah. Intro. I'm having fun out here in these streets in life, just enjoying life. So
No,
yeah, and that's what everybody should do, man. A lot of people don't value life, kid. Like, there's no value on life. Some people will rob you, and they will kill you for not having nothing. I mean, oh my God, like you gonna kill me because I'm broke? There's no value on life, man. Like, come on, now. That's the most evil of evil when you do that.
I mean, it's nothing compared. It's not a comparison. It's just an opinion. When you go through something, and mine was in long, drawn out incident that was spanned over the 14 years and ended on one incident. When someone tries to take your life and you get through it, you get away, you start over, and then you stop and you actually breathe for a minute and go, I'm never going to live like that again. It's a whole new outlook when you're like, you know what? This is where I came from. This is where I am. And I'm doing nothing. I'm going up. I'm going forward. I'm going to make something happen. I'm going to do the things that I want to do. I'm going to live my best life because it could have been done. You know, how many opportunities did you have where you could have been gone? Tons, so many. And that was just your daily life. Mine took one incident, you know,
Yeah,
and got that close. And all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I started plotting and planning, and that's what I've been doing ever since. You finally get out there, you breathe, and you make your decisions, and then you make it happen. Change your stars.
yeah, exactly, exactly. You're exactly right, and that's what I do. You create the atmosphere and the environment that you want to be in. Like, even if you want to move, me, I say move and to a place that's on your bucket list. You live one time. A lot of people be like, man, the rent be high. Like, a lot of people say, Keto, how can you stay in all these luxury places and do this or whatever? Whether it's floor to ceiling windows, concrete floors, man, I feel safe. You can't put no price on safety. I'm
I
sorry. Like,
completely agree.
you can't put a price on safety. What you gonna, be saying, oh shit, I should have paid more while you bleeding out? Hell no. Like, I rather, even if I had, I mean, I have a car, but I would not have a car to live somewhere safe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just have to, cause you grow out of that shit. When you're younger, you don't understand the dangers of living in places when they say bullets don't have a name, catching a stray or whatever. You don't even want to be in like a baby war zone. And we're not even talking about what they say hurt people hurt people. When you from those type of environments, you don't even understand the trauma that you go through. Like, I didn't even know it until, because I moved from the hood to Kennesaw, Georgia. I'm telling you, now that was a culture shock. So I went from no safety to the most safest place on earth. It felt like, and it was just a culture shock in a good way. How can I say that? Yeah, in a
It's
good way.
perspective.
Perspective. That's a
It's
good
a
word
different
for it.
perspective. Like when you can step outside your own world and look at it from the outside. It's like me going to Vegas and looking back and saying, "Wow, you know, there's so much more out here than my four walls that I never leave." I did 150 miles every 3 to 4 weeks on my car. I go nowhere. I work from home, stream from home, live at home, take care of my kid at home. I don't go anywhere but the store and back. So going to somewhere like Vegas for me was eye opening because there's people from all over the world, and they're all coming there just to have fun. They're friendly. Most of them are friendly, you know, and you just see and realize, wow, that's a completely different perspective. There's a whole world out there, you know.
Facts. No, it is. I do agree. A whole new world. My bad.
I don't know why I
You
knew
just
that
set
was
it up,
coming.
Cass. You set it up. A whole new recipe. I don't know the words though.
I
But
do, but
yeah,
I'm not going
no,
to sing it. It's not going to happen.
hold on. What is it? A whole new world. A whole new what?
A whole fantastic point of view when
A
you're
whole new world. A whole new fantastic point. No, that's not right. Them not the words. Hell no, that's too many syllables. I know a lot of syllables. Like, that's too many syllables.
a whole new
That's
world,
too many cats.
a new
A
fantastic point of view. You know where it goes like because when you're way up here, it's crystal
new
clear that now I'm
fantastic
in a whole new
point
world
of
with
view.
you. Yeah.
No, Cash, that's not him. That's not ringing right. A whole new world. A whole new fantastic point. No, Tiff,
No,
no, no. Hey Siri. Siri, what's the fucking words to this song? Hey Siri.
I'm gonna Google it. Hold on. I think I'm playing with you.
Whole new world, a whole new fantastic point of view. That's too many goddamn words.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
That shit from Aladdin?
Yeah, it's from Aladdin. It's a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I told you. Thank you.
You said a whole new fantastic.
I did not. You just kept saying a whole new. You kept saying a whole.
No, you said a whole new fantastic. You said a lot of goddamn words.
Well, Kito, I just want to tell you, I can't thank you enough for jumping back on with me. I mean, honestly, it's been a minute. There's nothing better than catching up with my friends, you know, just seeing where you're at, what's going on, having a conversation, you know, getting to hang out, pick your brain a little bit. I really appreciate it.
Dope. I appreciate you for having me on. You already know how we roll, cats. So no, just have me back on. I'll be back on. If you're on here and you follow my channel, which a lot of y'all do, man, I'm just finding my way. Some of y'all was on my live, like I told you, cats. I'm now be on an update of content while I'm interviewing people. I may drop some reaction videos. I don't want to just stop cold turkey, but I have not been in a reaction mood. And one of the main reasons, for one, I don't know how long I want to just continue to do reactions, but also the audio quality has changed since my studio is not treated. So I don't even like the way my reaction videos sound. So I may just do a couple just to have it, just to do it. And then y'all give me a quality. If you know, you know, leave me a letter grade on the quality of sound and everything in the comment section. And we know you can do letter grades, A, B, C, D, F, and G. You ain't even got to say nothing, or you can just elaborate why. But when I drop a video, please just let me know the quality. If it's good, I may just keep dropping them, man, until I get my shit treated.
No, I got you. I mean, you got the suggestions that. By the way, Champagne Rain's in the chat. She's the one I was talking to. Just little suggestions here and there. You know, you could try. You never know. Might help a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I appreciate that. Champagne Ryan. Can't believe you just disrespecting that name like this. Huh? Champagne Ryan, clearly. But so again, thanks for having me on. And I will definitely be back. So yeah. And thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it.
No, I really do appreciate everybody coming, stopping by, and hanging out with us. I know you've got somewhere to be, and I can see that my door. You can't see it, but I saw it cracking open like this much and closing, and then cracking open like this much and closing. So I know somebody's getting antsy because I've been at work all day, and I have the door like I'm in here like with, to myself. So I know somebody's wanting some attention and some dinner. So we're gonna head out of here, guys, and do our thing. And I'm just gonna hit the new intro as an outro because it's my channel. I can do that. And we're gonna end it here.
Boom. There we go. Thank you, TD. Casey, appreciate you. Jorge, Champagne. Boom.
Love y'all. Thank you for being here. Drop a comment because you know what? I mean, maybe my algorithm's going to be better now that I'm a YouTube partner because I'm like bougie like that. I don't know. But feel free. Maybe it'll help me. Who knows? All right, y'all have a good evening. I'm out of here. See y'all on Discord. See you on Instagram. Follow Kito. It's in the description. We're out.
Peace. Boom.
Well, I thought we were out. Now we're out.
You're listening to the Elsewhere Podcast with Kat.